below zero hits us in life. Built for the cold, you say? That ain't right. Too cold for the average Joe, just right for those who hear the show. In the image of greatness you were made, but taught by the world to be played. A new generation, we're building. No victims, we're creating. Them haters, keep hating, cause Gen Zero, we blazing. Welcome to another episode of the Built for the Cold podcast. Too cold for the average Joe, just right for me, my friend Mo here, and the listeners of this show. Today, I'm very excited to have a very special guest, and we actually met through kind of 7th level. Obviously, I'm a trainer for 7th level. Mo is one of our top students, but also just we connected over a couple events and working with his team. So I'm very excited to have him here. Just remember, as we go through his story and everything he's overcome and experienced, remember, this show is about how to overcome the D's in life without blaming the God, where we learn life resilience, we learn how to not claim victim to our circumstances, and more, we overcome them in spite of everything happening to us. So Mo, welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Quick introduction, I guess. Originally from Germany.
I'm part German too, so.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's awesome. Came here in, 2019?
Yep.
And then eventually, got into sales.
Yep. Perfect.
And now more like the retirement planning.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to kind of give you my development to get there.
Yeah.
My first major life event was at probably like age 12.
Wow.
My mother had a stroke, pulmonary
12 years
embolism.
old.
Yeah, it was interesting time. And
Wow.
So my dad pretty much sat me down and was like, "Hey, I think I gotta take care of your mom, right?" So I was like, "Can't blame you for that."
Yeah.
And then was pretty much on my own for the next like 3, maybe 4 years.
On your own. How do you mean?
So everybody always says that in Germany, like, healthcare is free.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they get good healthcare.
All
right.
right.
So essentially, if my dad wouldn't have been next to her with pretty much everything they did, there were a couple instances where they almost killed her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
And you're 12.
Yeah, I'm 12.
Holy smokes, man.
And then essentially, I just that was kind of the first time that I realized, well, the world doesn't stop for you. Like, no matter what, everything keeps going. Yeah, our family wanted me to support me. I guess would be the right thing to say. When your parents are gone for a few years, it's like, kind of a weird situation. Then my mom came back. She had to relearn everything, relearn to walk, to speak.
Yeah.
The whole nine. So there was one instance that I remember very vividly. Shortly after she had the stroke, I came into the hospital.
Yeah.
And she had they gave her all kinds of cortisone, and she was like 100 pounds heavier, all swollen.
Oh my goodness.
I looked at her and
Wow.
12 years old, and I was like, I think she's gonna die. Right. So yeah, that was pretty much okay. You got to take care of yourself now.
Yeah.
So that then kind of pushed me a little bit into in Germany. You start not drinking as in like habitually, but recreationally a lot younger.
Yeah.
So then ages kind of like 12 to 14, I kind of got into that a little bit more.
Okay.
And then a little bit too much, I guess.
And it's at 12 still, or this is not?
Yeah, it's like
14?
14,
Oh
right
my
around
God.
there.
Okay. All right.
And then I realized, well, that's probably not the way that I want to go, because the people that I surrounded myself with, they didn't have anywhere to go in life.
Mm.
So eventually I was like, okay, let's cut this.
Yeah.
Went to the gym, decided to kind
I know,
of.
it's going to rain on us a little bit here. We'll roll through it.
Yeah, we'll go. It's Florida, right?
It's Florida. It's a
Um,
little sprinkle.
so essentially decided, hey, I don't want to hang out with these people.
Yeah.
Started going to the gym at right around like 14, and kind of developed my passion there. That's kind of like, I think that's the first time that I got into something that more or less like saved my life.
Yeah.
In a way. And then got more into like the business side of things.
Yeah.
Personal training.
Oh, wow. And how old are you at this point?
I just graduated high school.
Okay.
So in Germany I was like 18.
18? Okay.
So graduate high school, and at first I was like, I have no clue what I'm going to do. Like my family just got back together, like,
Oh my goodness.
and a buddy of mine tells me about this.
So your mom made it.
Yeah, she made
Oh,
it.
God
She made it.
bless.
She,
Yeah, yeah.
It was a lot of close calls, but
Yeah.
she made it.
Yeah,
right?
I can only imagine. Yeah.
So I was like, well, let me take some time. Like, I got to see what I want to do. A buddy of mine tells me about this. I don't think there's anything similar here. It's like you're like a full-time university student,
Okay.
and then you also work full time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Holy smokes.
so after I got two raises and was running the entire personal training department for 6 different gyms, I was making $500 a month.
Oh.
Germany's a little different, dude.
Whoa, that's different.
Yeah, very different. So I was working like 50, 60 hours. Had to do university on the side, right? So got my bachelor's in that eventually.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, and then got into bodybuilding a bit more.
Okay.
Went on stage.
Yep.
And that's
No, we can't tell. We can't tell you ever competed.
I've been to the gym once or twice. Met my wife in the Czech Republic. She is born in, well, technically West Virginia, but she grew up in Florida.
Okay.
So we meet her overseas, long distance relationship.
Okay.
Get engaged, eventually get married.
Yeah.
And then I came over here 2019, green card.
Yep.
Citizenship, which I got earlier last year.
You just got your citizenship?
Yeah, last year, like a year and a half ago. Maybe.
Okay, nice. How long is that process?
Well, it helps that she's a government employee being in the military. But so the initial...
I didn't realize she was in the military, man. Thank you for your service.
She's actually still deployed right now.
Okay.
She's come back in next week.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so the initial, like, you have to wait for work authorization first.
Yep.
That took about 8 months, which drove me crazy.
Oh, I bet.
I was crawling up the walls,
8
man.
months.
Like, seriously.
Wow.
I started working, like, really early.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy, right? Like, I felt like I was in, like, a golden cage. It's like you got all this opportunity, and you're not allowed to do anything. We're up in Connecticut where everybody's like, oh, immigration's great, this and that. But then nobody, there's no, like, under-the-table type work.
You were in Connecticut, you said?
Yeah, so she was stationed up in Massachusetts, but we were in Connecticut at that point in time. Eventually, she got stationed down here in Florida. We moved down. Then I went back to personal training.
Yeah, makes sense.
Then COVID hit.
Oh, yep.
Not a good combination.
Yep. We all remember that time.
Exactly, right? So 2020, eventually one of my good friends, he was doing home improvement sales.
Okay.
So he said, hey, you want to try this? Right? COVID obviously not
Dude, why
good.
not,
right,
man?
right. It's like,
personal train, start building stuff, same thing.
So I started working for them.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly became #1 sales rep for them.
Amazing.
#1 in Florida, and then.
What do you attest that to?
So for the company, they're nationwide, and at that point in time, I didn't work with 7th level yet.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I did watch a lot of the free stuff.
Yeah.
I did go through a couple other types of trainings.
Okay.
So I just continuously try and get better. So I became #1 there. Then moved over to a different type of home improvement. Everything really high ticket sales, right?
Yep.
And I have a thing of where I don't get along with leadership a lot of times.
Okay.
Because I have very strong opinions and beliefs. And
just like anyone who's successful typically does.
Yeah. So it's like,
had my fair share of those.
This is stupid. Why can't we change this? And they just say no. And I'm like, well, this is not how I operate.
This is not how I operate.
So switch it up. Became #1 there. Didn't get along with leadership again. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to be #1 for a month or two, and then I'm just going to quit. So I did that.
Casually.
Yeah.
Just
Everybody's like,
#1.
Like I walk out of the office, right? And they're like, hey, man, great job lately, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, I'm quitting. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, I'm out. So I dropped all my stuff off, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Got into life insurance, right?
Yep.
Did that for a little while, built a team. And then I'm not sure how familiar you are with like the final expense side of things.
A little bit.
It's very churn burn, like a lot.
I've heard from Caden a few things.
Yeah. I think he has pretty much the same experience with
Yeah.
it. And then eventually we're like, well, this is kind of like, I don't like the term burnout, but I think that's the closest you get to it, just because it's like mentally draining.
Yeah.
Not because you can't do it anymore. It's just like, man, there has to be something better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's taxing.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I'm just not big about dealing with stupid people, right? On both sides, right?
Those don't exist. People.
Oh my Lord, dude, right. I know it's not the nicest thing to say, but
yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. We have our fair share.
So, and then we switch it over to wealth management, retirement planning, and we pretty much only work with high net worth individuals.
Yeah.
So that's a whole lot nicer.
Yeah.
And pays better. You got better
Want to
clients.
pause for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, we're getting poured on. So I don't even know where we're starting. Rain, dead bird, we stepped on, dude, all the crazy things that happen when we record here.
And we talked insurance, high net worth
Yeah.
clients.
Yep.
Cool part about that really is just, you can actually make a dent, right? Like we're talking about like leaving the kids a couple million more. That's pretty neat, right? Yeah, in terms of the D's, I think there's a couple in there. Disease, right, for my mom.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, that's what like go back to that if you don't mind. Like what, like as a kid when you're dealing with like, hey, mom could pass, like what goes through your mind, what plays out, how do you accept life possibly going forward at that young, that's the possibility.
I think for me it was just trying to rationalize it, as in like, what if that happens, then what? Because I knew my dad still had to work, right? Money has to be made.
Yeah.
My mom also worked. She, my family's running a bakery in Germany.
Yeah.
So she worked a lot. But to me, it was just like, well, the world's not going to stop for me. I mean, people try to be nice, right? But eventually, like, especially in the German school system, it's like, they don't really wait for you, man. Like, you fall behind, you're gone, dude.
You're gone. Yeah.
To me, it was just like, well, I guess you're on your own. You got to figure it out. So I think that was a big factor in my development, which also put me in a spot of, it helped me in so far that I developed very strong will, and I just pushed through everything, like bulldoze through it, and I'll get to my goal for sure, like no matter what. I never even doubted that anymore after that, because I didn't end up on the streets or anything like that. Like I made it, right? So I'm cool.
It gave you, life tested you, and you came out with resilience.
Yeah. But, if you bulldoze, you also a lot of times don't take other people's experiences and, emotions into account too much.
I see.
Which I was in a long-term relationship before I met my wife. We were together for 7 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It came out that I think she had issues, and I don't want to call it like emotionally abusive, because it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it was genuinely, that's just like, she was just at that point in her development.
Well, there's attachment styles, right? And I've been studying a lot on that recently with relationships and stuff. Very similar to you. I shared with you, obviously, I was married once before and with her for 11 years, and my fiance now, obviously, there's stuff like, you take stuff with you from previous relationships and you have to figure out how to overcome it. Yeah.
So I was with her for a while, and as much as I was always like bulldoze on the outside, I was always like, because I saw with my dad, he always took care of my mom. Like, no matter what, he was there for her. So I took a page out of his book and always stepped back on on the relationship side of everything for her. Like, there's nothing that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Which I don't think was good for her development either, because she just took it for granted at some point in time.
I see.
But again, I'm not faulting her for that. I think that's just, it's just
what it was. It is what it was, yeah.
So, but again, now at that point in time, I was like, okay, I don't want this again. So I get into a shorter stint with another girl shortly after, and she was just plain crazy.
Yeah.
I met my wife shortly thereafter. So it was like a very up and down time.
Up and down.
But in my life, I was at the point where it's like, I don't want this to happen again. I don't want to be bulldozed anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to push, not like maliciously or violently or anything like that, right? But I know that I didn't always treat my wife the way that she should have been treated. Not from a malicious standpoint. It was just the point that I was at.
Yeah.
I should have worked through things first, but you don't meet people at the time that you should meet them. You meet them at whenever you figure it out, right?
Correct.
So there's a lot of things I'm not very proud of. More like jealousy stuff.
We all learn.
Yeah. A lot of jealousy and that type of thing, which was my own insecurity, really. That's all that it is. Had to work through that.
Yeah.
And, you come out on the other side being a better man. So I can proudly say now I'm a very good husband.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always the case.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I never was physical or anything like that.
Yeah. I think you have to like learn how you're not, right, and what you're struggling through before you can ever figure out how to come out the other side with like clarity and how to improve from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So, what early in my life, hey, I have to bulldoze through everything, kind of made me, I'm going to say stunted me in my like emotional intelligence a little bit, but
I see.
On the other end, it also did because I never wanted to step back and say, hey, you need to sit down and think.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, because there was a point, I think, from there when I was 19, I don't know if you heard my story or part of it, not to bore you with that right now, but it was like a lot of life events that were pretty traumatic, like grandpa getting diagnosed with like terminal cancer, aunt committed suicide, like when I was 19, girlfriend broke up with me. There were a lot of things happening all at the same time. I got fired. Like there were a lot of things that happened and and you just sometimes you bulldoze through it, you compartmentalize it, but then if you actually never sort through it, you actually carry the repercussions with you that you don't recognize until it shows up later in some relationship. It showed up with my ex-wife and our relationship. We had to work through that, counseling, therapy, everything else. So that's I think the danger sometimes of bulldozing through. It's respectable because you still performed in spite of, but then it doesn't mean you eventually have to lift the rug up and then like sort out what's there. Otherwise you're going to take that dust with you wherever.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not a great conversation to have with yourself. It really is not, right?
No,
like
it's not.
You sit down and it's like, man, you suck for a lot of things. Like, you should really not be doing this. There was no cheating or none of that stuff. It was just like, do you know Tom Platz?
I don't actually.
Big bodybuilder, right?
Okay.
There's a quote of him where he speaks about his wife. And that like resonates with me a lot.
Yeah.
It's essentially paraphrasing, right? My wife is the best person that I know, spiritually, emotionally, just like a genuine good person. Like she's everything that I'm not. That's very accurate.
I love that.
I think to a certain degree, men are more made for pushing through, getting the job done.
Yep.
And women can a lot of times be more emotionally mature.
Yep.
But man, like my wife, she's the type of person that takes care of everyone.
I can see it in your eyes. Like I can tell you're getting emotional about it, man. That's amazing. I love seeing that. How long have you two been together?
We met in 2018. We got married in 2019. We met June 2nd of 2018, I think it was. So that's what, 2019, 2025, six and a half.
Yeah.
6.5 years, something like that.
Amazing.
We've been married for like 6 of that.
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
About 6 of that, something.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, she's a great person. She really is.
Also, thank you for her service too, by the way.
Yeah.
We were obviously talking about that, but that's big.
She's a very strong person too.
Yeah.
And
like physically, like you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys would kill all of us in your workout.
Dude, she'll kick a lot of butts, man.
So once she's done in the military, what are you guys gonna do? Power building competitions or what?
Yeah, I mean, I've thinking about kids.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much you're into bodybuilding, professional bodybuilding.
I'm not professionally into it. I've just trained always. Some people say, hey, do physique. I just have never had the interest, but
what I've come to realize competing and, shooting for pro card, but never actually getting it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you have to be okay with and sacrifices you have to take and things you have to be okay with from a health perspective.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can
imagine.
With any professional sport, but with bodybuilding, it's just much more paired, right?
Yes. It's a 24/7 sport.
That is very true.
Yeah, everything you eat, sleep, water, everything. It's 24/7. It's a hard sport.
Yeah, it is, and there's a lot of drugs involved in professional bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And I'm not a big fan of that, especially when once you think about family planning.
Yeah.
Now you're taking on responsibility for someone else.
Yeah.
Right. And I can't say I'm going to take 10, 15 years of my life if I know there's going to be a child, right? So that's just, even with my wife, but especially with a child, right?
It's a new season. It's a new sense of responsibility.
And so I started focusing more on business, which I tend to work a lot, which I'm okay with. That's not a problem.
Well, I mean, I know you wouldn't say this about yourself, you share income levels, but I know you're in the top 0.1% of what you do. So that goes without saying, my friend. You crush it at everything you put your mind to. I see that. So
yeah, that's it's one of the things I'm sure that my wife saw in me before I saw it.
Yeah.
She had like this relentless belief in me, right?
Yeah.
I know you watch a lot of Hormozi.
Oh, I do. Yes.
And he has this where he talks about Layla, and I know you and know your girl are a lot like that.
Yeah.
Where he's essentially talking about if it came to it, she'd sleep under a bridge with you.
Yes.
Man, that's so powerful.
That's powerful, man. When you have someone that you can like attack. Yeah, I love you squash that bird, and now we got all sorts of things going on. So hey, man, you never know what's gonna happen on these.
That's funny.
Yeah. Long story short, we're not to interrupt the podcast, but we're literally in the middle of kind of moving. We're getting poured on, and then like there's a dead bird. As he moves the table, he just like steps on it. Obviously, look at this guy. I mean, the bird just cracks under his pressure, man.
That was dead before, just for the record.
Yeah.
But so
now they're cleaning it up. But man, that's never happened before I've seen. So yeah, that'll be. See, well, hey, the what the D's in life come to us. Maybe that was a dub or whatever. But hey, you just stepped right over, and now you got life resilience.
That's funny. But yes, I think you have the same with your missus, or I'm not sure if you guys are getting married, but.
Yeah.
I think knowing that allows you to become a better man.
Oh, 100%.
So
everything else it just changes your whole perspective on life, the world, everything else. When Amanda and I talk about marriage, everything else, like there's an element of sacrifice you have to put into it. And I think if you don't get rid of the demons of the past that you had, and like the ways that you thought, and the ways that, kind of living your own in selfish ways, we're all selfish in our own ways. But what I've had to realize recently is like, if I don't put that behind me, it's going to bring into our relationship, and unconsciously that gets passed down to our kids.
Yeah.
That's why it's even more important. Like people like don't realize what they bring in, not just into a relationship, but then what they pass down to their kids subconsciously.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing I think that drives me to constantly be like, how do I need to improve? How do I need to reflect? Even coming out here, and like, I mean, this has been great. Yep. Like, meeting with you and kind of seeing like everything you've done financially, everything you've done obviously fitness wise, like you're the epitome of what a lot of people want to be. And I don't say that lightly, because there's a lot of people that will, for whatever reason, I think I posted it the other day, but people get addicted to kind of, I don't want to say losing, but they're kind of just, they don't understand. They don't understand what it actually takes to set self-destructing behavior aside and actually just go for it, because there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee we're all going to make it. I mean, there is one guarantee. We're not going to make it out of this life alive. We all know that. It just depends on when it's going to happen.
That is true. That is very true.
But going through different things and how you had to face your demons and how to improve, and now married 6 years, you're talking kids, obviously you're fit, finances are on track. Like what are you excited about?
A lot of things. Children is a major part that I'm very
excited about.
And not to go off topic there.
Yeah.
One thing that I just had happen to me like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I used to be in bodybuilding, right?
Yep.
For shows.
Yep.
Trophies, that type of thing. And then put that aside. So step back. That used to be my life for like a good like 10, 15, 10, 12,
a long time.
13 years. Yeah.
A long time.
And then this guy came up to me in the gym, and usually, I ride a bike around. I have a Harley.
Yeah.
He just came out and was like, you know what? I just saw you the other day. I was waiting to drop my son off at school.
Yeah.
And you drove, talking to me, right? You drove past, so I drove past him on my bike, and he was like, wow, Dad, look at this guy. He looks so cool. He says, well, he trains at my gym, right? So the kid is, I think he said he's 12, 13, I think 12.
Yeah.
He's like, would you like to join the gym so you can look like that one day, right? And the kid's like, yeah.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
So the kid trains, I think 3 or 4 times a week now at the gym.
Goodness.
Goes with his dad after school. So to me, that was like so much more rewarding.
Yeah.
than stepping on stage for like a trophy or like a title.
Wow.
So, and then thinking of having children yourself.
Absolutely.
Shaping a person to be a good human, to contribute to society.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of things going wrong currently.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't even know. That'd be a whole nother podcast we could go on. I know we share a lot of same beliefs in that area, but we'll save that from our listeners.
Oh my Lord, yeah. So I think just being able to put good people in the world,
correct,
is a very important part of life.
Yeah.
And that is something that I learned through my wife.
Yep.
Because with previous relationships, I never saw them. I was with one of the ladies for a long time, but I never saw myself having kids with her, right? And in my head, it was like, well, after 10 years, you should probably get married. But I was not like...
It wasn't there in that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was a big thing, and I totally went off topic, and I totally forgot the question.
Oh, no, dude. See, this is free flow, man. I don't even know. I mean, there's been a lot going on this whole the pour down rain. You step on a bird and they clean it up. I don't know what's about to happen next.
So no, but I think changing perspectives in that way, very powerful to me.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's a very different thing. I think what am I excited about?
That's what it was. Yeah.
So instead of doing bodybuilding, working your heart a little bit, do cardio. So I was like, well, what other thing would be cool to do? So I looked at the tactical games. Not sure if you've heard of that before.
Of course.
So that will be something that I'm interested in.
That's amazing.
There's a couple that does it in the area. So
it's basically what I understand. It's basically like a high rocks, but with like guns and everything else, and you're trying to. Yeah, it's like fitness, but it's like military like thing.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to call it CrossFit because it has a
there's different. Yeah,
it's more. I think the idea is more, and this is me not being into it at all. Yeah, so if somebody's out there that watches this and it's like, please don't take this personally. Right?
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like this is the closest that you can simulate an actual like emergency situation where you have to make use of force, where you have to help people. You carry bags as in like carrying a wounded
well,
warrior.
This is like, I mean, you look at all that, not to get on this whole topic, but you look at mass shootings, right, and how those are so on the rise right now. But it's literally like, how would I respond in that situation and be trained for it? I think about that all the time. Think about it all the time. It's like, it's not just training fitness, say, hey, I look good, or those are all great, but how could I actually like save lives in situations like that?
So there's a lot of cool stuff out there. John Lovell, I think, Lovell.
Yeah.
Super cool guy, very Christian, very faith-based man. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming out currently. A lot of good influencers out there that are not just dancing on TikTok type thing.
Yep.
And that are actually like asking deep questions. There's, what's the guy's name? Chris Wilson?
Okay. Chris Willix. Yeah, that guy.
Mosey had a big podcast with him.
Yep. Yeah, that guy's very inquisitive.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Jordan Peterson, obviously, right? Never hitting the point, but describing everything around it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think there's a lot of good stuff out there. I get very excited about these things. From a business perspective, we're building a firm, right? Yep. So investment-wise, so that's something that I'm very excited about.
I love that.
Not just from an income perspective, but also from a helping clients perspective, because that allows us to have lower fees on an investment side of things.
That makes sense.
That allows us to have more say on what we can and can't do with them, and maneuver retirement portfolios better. So there's a lot of cool stuff in the works. Yeah, probably gonna take shape within the next like year and a half, something like that.
Pretty soon. So you got that. You got kids. I think the last thing I wanted to ask you, we'll kind of end for today on this. So obviously we could keep talking forever. I feel like I'm talking with you forever. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like, what do you attest, like, because you started in fitness, and I find people that are in fitness for a while, but not just like they're in it, they stick to it, have some level of being grounded that trains your brain of how to think and have resilience over anything else. Can you speak to that? Like what that's personally done for you?
So for me, so what I mentioned earlier, that's the first thing that kind of saved my life in a way, is because it's like, that was the first time I made a conscious decision. What do I want?
Yeah.
And I got very like ambitious with lifting heavier weights, looking better. So natural conclusion was I'm going to cut out alcohol. I'm going to cut out, all those things. So
it's a lot harder to lift heavy weights when you're drunk half the time. So,
I think that's part of it. And just if you have just following a goal in your everyday life, like doing it day in, day out, every day, and it becomes a habit. Because being healthy and eating healthy is really not hard.
No,
it's just a habit, right? Like you instead of grabbing Cheetos, grab an apple.
Yeah,
it's not a hard thing to do at all. So I think it's just habit forming.
Yeah,
and it's shaping a character to working towards something that is important to you. And I think that translates to a lot of things. With fitness, I think it's easier to see that on a physical level because of like a hard workout is something you can experience. And it's very like, I did this hard thing, I got this out of it. If I keep on doing this, I'm going to get better, right? And then you look back, you're like 5 years in, and like, oh damn, 10 years, oh man, right? So like, I mean, since I started, I gained like 100 pounds or something.
Yeah, that's
some crazy number, right? But I've been also at it since 20.
How many meals do you eat in a day? I'm sure I got some listeners I know are wondering, like, how do you get as big as you?
I mean, so once you get to that level, it's really not that hard to maintain.
I see.
Pretty much like, I can pretty much do what I mean, I still eat like 4 times a day, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of like basics.
Yeah, makes sense.
To me, like I can eat a lot in one sitting. I have 4 meals. It's probably like 4,500 calories, something like that. I sit at 280. That's pretty much where I'm at. I can eat a little bit more and gain a little bit of weight. I can eat like 3,500 calories.
Hold on, I'm sorry. You said you're 280?
Yeah. So that's pretty much my.
You are the German version of the Hulk.
I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'm trying my best.
But also very, very humble and very successful in his own right. So I love that, man.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, man. I'm a very firm believer in the American dream.
Yep, I love that.
And for anybody that says the American dream is dead, man, you are blind.
Yeah.
I think no matter where you come from, what your circumstances are, there's always a way to get better. That is something that fitness definitely teaches you.
Yep.
And that working towards something, doing the hard thing, is going to get you those results. I think it's sad that not everybody has that experience.
Yeah.
Because it betters you as a person.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, the day it's a choice. It really is a choice. Everyone has the ability to choose. I think they talk about it, right? It's like, hey, if you grow up poor, it just talks financially. If you grow up poor, it's like, that's not your fault. But if you die poor.
It's same with 2 brothers, twin brothers.
Yep.
I'm sure you've heard that before. One is an alcoholic, one is not. One says, I'm an alcoholic because my dad is one. The other one says, I'm not an alcoholic because my dad is one.
Exactly.
Just what you make of the situation.
It's the reason or reason not to.
Exactly.
Yep.
So there's a lot to that.
That's amazing, man. Well, dude, seriously, thank you for taking the time and coming out and being here as a special guest on our podcast.
Oh, and good, man.
I think from there, guys, obviously. Oh, well, I was going to ask, how can people reach out to you? How can people get to know what you do or be a part of anything that you're involved with?
The easiest is probably on either Facebook or Instagram. Just message me there.
We'll tag you in this.
Yeah, that's because my spelling of my name.
Yeah. It's, how do you say it? Moritz?
Moritz, yeah.
Moritz.
That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I think on Facebook got the German spelling with the O with a dot, so you can't even spell
it. Yeah.
With an American keyboard.
Yeah.
And then on Instagram, I never changed my Instagram handle. It's still the Ernstetics, like my middle name is Ernst and Aesthetics. Right?
I love that. You earn your aesthetics. I love that, Ernstetics.
So
that caught my eye. Yep.
So that's I never changed that, right? It's just it's my personal. I speak my mind a lot.
Yeah.
People don't like it. Hey, don't follow me. That's cool.
Hey, man. Sometimes you gotta. Hey, if you don't stand for anything, you stand for nothing.
100%.
So I love it, man. Well, hey, appreciate your time on the show. That's
awesome.
A wrap, guys, on this one. A lot of crazy stuff happened today, but hey, it's all good. We got rain. We stepping on dead birds. But until your next cup of Joe, we'll see you on the next show. This is where winners learn to be great. Built for the cold, you say? That damn straight. The lessons, the love, the insights from above. Hope you take them and grow, even with another cup of Joe. Thank you for dropping in and listening to the show.